Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Aurora 4X C# 2.1. So last time we retook Io. Technically speaking, there's still an alien out there somewhere. We just can't find them. So yeah, we're just kind of gonna leave them out there. It's one of these Yaics, if I recall correctly. Which have a fairly small thermal signature. At least as of what we have observed, the highest we've seen it is 156. So our detection ranges are not the greatest, if we're being honest. You go ahead and get my timer started. So yeah, it is somewhere out here, and there's really not much we can do to improve that beyond putting more deep space tracking stations on each of our planets, and that's not really gonna help significantly. So at some point it'll rematerialize and we can attempt to deal with it. But until then, we're very limited in our ability to do stuff. So let's go ahead and get time ticking again. Continue on. We are still refitting the fleet. You were unable to do it because we don't have any more. So that got 37 more over to Venus, which is great. That is a bit extra production of galsite. Looks like about 1,300. I don't know if that is... Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head what the rate here is. This yearly production? It's probably yearly production, if I had to make a guess. Or it could be monthly. One of the two. I'm not quite certain. But whatever rate it is, it's a little bit faster now, and it's 1,300 for galsite, which is the main resource that we need. Okay, AI scrapped a ship. Thank you very much, game, for always needing to pause when the civilian sector decides to scrap or build a ship. That is not something I really care enough about, but for whatever reason, you feel the need to always stop for those. I don't know why. It's just the way you work. So there's really not much to do right now while we wait for the fleet to complete the refits, realistically. Minerals exhausted, iridium on Earth is all gone. And we found a Charug. We found a Charug, which is 2,500, so probably detected by Earth if I had to make a guess. But potentially these civilians here could have also detected it. Yeah, one of the two. Okay, well, we're still working on getting our stuff ready. So I'd really prefer not to head out. Realistically, I am actually going to unpause the missiles though, because it looks like we are going to need them sooner rather than later. The question is, where are you going, and do you have other ships with you? Presumably you do have other ships with you. It'd be strange if you don't. But we can't send out the entire of Carrier Strike Group 1 because 2 of the ships are still in the shipyard. And I'd have to, split those off. Although those guys will be finishing in a couple of days. So let's turn actives on. And once those guys are done at the end of the month, we can move to engage. Now the question is, what are you going to do? Okay, there's a Yaic. But I highly doubt that it's just the Charog and a Yaic. There has to be Tekkas there. Right? But we probably would have detected them by now, potentially. There it is. There's the Tekka. Yeah, we're not expecting to actually finish all 1,000 missiles until October, like late October of next year. Which is just one reason why I really should probably go and research ordnance production. What's the next thing to finish? Looks like it's the... Yeah, no. Cancel that. We need more ordnance production, game. It's not quite good enough for me. So let's get that. That will finish February. Certainly not going to help us right this second. Is that all you have is a Charog, a Tekka, and a Yaic? Because I'm not picking up anything else. Which is very strange. But I still have 3 days until the fleet is finished. But I think I'm going to have to go ahead and split off the Abdil and the Abercrombie. Now, I don't know if it's a case of they just haven't detected me yet somehow, because maybe they have their actives off. Although then again, our actives are pretty good, so it is possible we are just, that good and we're detecting them from that far out. We're going to go ahead and say to follow you, and I'm going to say let's do it at, what is our short range? It is, let's say 8 million kilometers. We are fast enough, especially with these guys escorting a Charog. Okay, that gets them flying away, but we can very easily gain on them. Weapons range. So we have 180, but the thing is, I don't know their exact range. And that's the reason why I don't want to get into, actual gun range. It's the whole point of using missiles and fighters. But at the very least, we can tail them. In the meantime. Just to double check. You do have an Elant, correct? You do, and it has a 26 million kilometer range. Now, I believe this observed technology... I don't believe this was all filled out like this before. I think we have a bit of extra information now, and they actually do have active sensor strength 16, which is pretty far behind us. Because if I wanted to research new active sensors, we'd be doing 36. These guys are far behind. I'm contemplating saying let's move into 15 centimeter range. I think that's what we're going to... Yeah, I think we're going to go and move into 15 centimeter range. Shoot. Is it you? Yes, I believe that's correct. Oh, no. That. There we go. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. Assign that to fleet. Okay. And modify your orders. Close into, we'll say, 175. That should be well enough in range. Okay, so for just double checking, the one that has the longest range is the Tekka, yes. So I want the Tekka destroyed first. Once the Tekka has been dealt with, and assuming we outrange them, if we don't outrange them, we will pull back. But if we do outrange them, I do want to take advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and take care of these guys. I think we need to close just a little bit more. We will do 170, but I really don't want to do anything closer than that. Oops. Okay, game. What are you telling me is their range? Oof, Jesus. Only 64? Really? No, game. I'm not going to close to 64,000. Why is it that you can only fire at 64? That just seems so... well, I think I see part of the issue. There we go. Yeah, I had them in the wrong spots. Let's just, that never happened. There we go. Damn, 10 hits. Seven hits. Still no penetration so far. There we go. 2 penetrations. And we do still outrange them here, so this is great. 3 penetrations, 1 penetration, 4 penetrations, 3, another 3. 1 Tekka destroyed. Wonderful. The Yaik, to our knowledge, is a 10 centimeter due to the 1 damage. It fires 4 shots, and it only has about a 39, we're going to say it's actually probably supposed to be 40,000 kilometer range. So we can close in quite a bit more if we feel so inclined. And I'm inclined to say we don't really have a reason to, so we're not going to. We're going to keep our distance and take advantage. But there we go. We now outrange the Raiders. Which makes our life significantly easier when it comes to engaging them. Because technically I don't need the missiles now. It's a bit slower using this method, but it is also cheaper in terms of resources. Because the only thing I need is fuel. I don't need the Galsite to, constantly be replenishing our missile supply. I only need the fuel for our ships to be able to tail them. Now, I could, of course, send the fighters out now, because this thing has no guns. And even if it did, it would be, like, at best a Sea Whiz. And those, to my knowledge, do not engage fighters. They only engage missiles. So, yeah. And there's no indication that it even has that. So, like I said, I could, technically speaking, go and launch our F3s and let them have a little bit of fun. But there's not much of a reason to. Beyond getting some extra guns on target. And you know what? Realistically, I think we are going to close in, because it is just a Charug. We can comfortably close in without any worries. So, remove last contacts Charug. What are you going to tell me? 60,000 is the most you can do. That's fine with me. We're going to close to 50. That way we get some extra shots being fired, and hopefully we'll finish you off. Oh, yeah. 54 hits now, 48 armor hits, 6 penetrations. 21 hits from the 10 centimeter railguns, because those are the only things that fired this round. I mean, the 10 centimeters do not do tons of damage, it should be noted. They really don't. But when you have the ability to just fire a shit ton of them at a single target, it's more than sufficient. Okay, actives off, head back to Earth. Refuel, resupply. Ceasefire fleet. Is our salvage ship available? Yes, the salvage fleet is available. Wonderful. Hey guys, got a couple of things for you to go and pick up. Okay, and that was the refits finishing. Wonderful. I need to tell you as a fleet to join as subfleet. Oh. Are they still coming back to Earth, or they've not actually arrived yet? No, they did. Oh, you didn't. You're actually not done. I thought you were. No, the Abercrombie is not done. Okay, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, colony fleet finished putting more people over on Siceti. It did not make a significant difference, but it does still help. But it certainly, we need a shit ton more people there. So, colony ship, we're going to tell you to go ahead and refit the existing colony ships into the new block 3s. And at the same time, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and build a new one. That will finish in February of next year. We need to improve our shipbuilding tech as well, obviously. Salvage fleet, go ahead and unload all of the minerals as well as the ship components. Okay, finish that. And is that us? No, because our stuff always has names for a company. So no, this is their stuff. They're using 40,000 velocity C3 10 centimeter railguns. So just so y'all can see what that actually looks like, that's this. And yes, that means they do have a 40,000 kilometer range because 10 centimeter railguns do not have a multiplier to that. Or, you know, it only gets multiplied by the launch velocity. You know, if we go with a 12 centimeter railgun, it then gets multiplied by 2. 15 centimeter railgun gets multiplied by 3, etc., as we go up. So yeah, the AX have a 40,000 kilometer range, at least with the current iteration. It's always possible that eventually they will get around to getting some new ones out that have a 50,000, but as of right now, they're a 40,000. So they are really not a threat when it comes to the AX. The Tekkas are the only ones that have any potential to pose a threat. And since those, we sadly do not seem to have picked up a railgun for that one. But those ones, going by their damage that they provide, of 4, they are 20 centimeter railguns. And presumably the launch velocity of 40,000 is the same here. So these are probably 160,000 kilometer railguns on the Tekka. So long as we stay at about 170, we're perfectly fine. We outrange them. It allows us to get close, and so they're not able to, you know, periodically get out of our firing range. And with now, them having a rate of fire of 15 would indicate that they're probably a capacitor recharge rate of 4. If I had to make a guess. But yeah, so these things are not that great. We're going to go ahead and scrap that. I probably should have kept the those sensors, but whatever. Keep the maintenance storage, scrap the reactors. These are old engines. Those are old sensors. This is our 10 centimeter, but I can't tell what it is, but we designed a new one anyway, so it's junk as far as we're concerned. Okay, that gets us some minerals back. Somebody needs, who is it? The Planetary Guard needs a new Commander. They need to go to an upper half. And Quick Reaction Force 2 needs to get to a lower half. But beyond that, it looks like it is... Everything should be right. Actually, you... Oh no, I already fixed you. So that should be all of those. The game shouldn't complain anymore about senior officer requirements. Okay, and now we just wait for the next Raider attack that will inevitably occur, because they do seem to be hitting Earth quite a bit now. There we go. The Augusta and Albany have finished. Or, excuse me, the Augusta and Baltimore have finished. Those are our 2 new Albany-class ships that are going to be going to each of the Quick Reaction Forces. You now need to get a promotion. Your Abercrombies are still doing their refits. Do we have any more of the Abdels that need to do refits, or are those all good to go? Nope. We still have a few of the Abdels that need to do refits, so let's go ahead and get those done. If there happen to be components that you can use, feel free to use them. Okay. Are there any Albanys that need to be refit? Nope. We only have the one Akagi. It never got a sister ship. That, of course, might change down the road, but as of right now, I don't expect that to change. Because we don't really have a need for a second dedicated fleet. Okay, that was the Abercrombies, or at least some of them. Okay, and that is the last of the Abercrombies. Those are our normal destroyers. And Carrier Strike Group 1 does need another. So let's go ahead and, whoops, queue up for an Abercrombie to be built and sent to Carrier Strike Group 1. And that will finish June of next year. That's fine. Also, realistically, I should not have told it to automatically move it over, but too late now. The reason I shouldn't have told it to automatically move it over is that the fleet may not be there, and the game will get a little bit confused if Carrier Strike Group 1 is not in Earth orbit. When the shipyard finishes building. But we'll probably be fine. Okay, that was a colony ships finishing up. Wonderful. I could go ahead and tell them to make another run, but we'll wait for the other one to finish. I know I said I wanted them to do, like, 3 million at a time, and there we go. We've hit the Galcite shortages. Let's pause on those. And I'll pause you because you're not super important. And I'll pause you because getting a new build is not nearly as important to me as getting the refits done. I'm also going to pause this refit because it's not close to being done right now, and I want the ones that are close to being done to go ahead and finish. There's the 50 centimeter cannonades. Okay, and I am already researching the next level of mining production. The reality is I probably should have been researching that stuff a little bit sooner. And that is the last of the cannonades. So we now have the best of the best ground weapons that we can build. I mean, technically, well, yeah, no. So technically I could go ahead and build or design new ground troops if I really wanted to. Not much of a reason to. Especially since we haven't actually gotten the new armor. So they could do more damage, but they wouldn't necessarily be able to take more damage. So it's not too big of a difference. Let's go ahead and put a couple of points for now into the next level of research rate. Game, I know about the Galsite shortages, I know, and there's really nothing that we can do about it. We do have corundium though, so we can go ahead and unpause the automated mines to get some more of those finished to be shipped off to Venus to improve further its production. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of let some time tick by, and we'll try to restockpile a little bit of Galsite before we get the other stuff going again. There we go. Something finished to refit. The acorn. Okay, the only things left right now in the queue are paused. So let's build up a bit more of a stockpile again of Galsite. Repause the automated mines. Because we actually finished... Oh, we didn't finish, but we ran out of corundium again. And also, this actually does have a use, just it's not for population. It does have a military use, however. So that could be helpful. So what do we have for a stockpile? We have 1,000. Let's go ahead and get you, I think, finished. So we can start shipping people back to Siceti B1 again. And that'll help us with the corundium issue. Wonderful. And actually, how many automated mines do I have? We got 38. Okay. I'm going to, where are you? Cargo Group 1, Earth, load installation, automated mines, Venus, unload all, head back to Earth, cycle those until we're done. How much of our stockpile did that use up? Not nearly as much as I expected. Let's get the last of those refits done. I believe that's the last refit. I can figure that out relatively quickly by looking in here. Do I see a 2123 anywhere? Nope. Yes, there is an Abdil that needs to get its refit done, but this should be the last of them. And technically speaking, the acute also needs to be refit, but he's with Cargo Group 1, so until Cargo Group 1 finishes its orders, we're not going to have you do your refit. Okay, did you guys... That was significantly faster than I expected. I'm going to be completely honest. Refuel and resupply. Wonderful. Unpause that, let it get going. And let's get the acute done as well. And then all of our refits will be done for a while. You know, at least the important ones. Something is triggering. Okay, there is an alien ship somewhere. Don't know where exactly. But it is triggering this. Because none of my ships should have their fire controls open. But we will double check that. But like I said, nobody should have their fire controls open. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason for anybody to have their fire controls open. And the only ones that would have had it open would have been Carrier Strike Group 1 as well anyway. God, I wish the game would just remember this stuff. I realize the fire controls and the weapons changed, but the actual layout really didn't change. You know, well, the layout that matters. There we go. Did I remember to move yours? I did, okay. Also, technically, I don't even know if you really need EC. Excuse me. Technically, I don't know if you even need ECCM on missiles. Or, on their fire controls. I don't know if it even makes a difference. I just kind of do it because not much of a reason not to. It's not that much heavier. I mean, the weight savings would have just gone to, like, fuel tanks or some shit anyway, so doesn't really change anything for me. If it does or doesn't make a difference. But yeah, no, nobody has their fire controls open, so there's a raider out there that is being triggered on something. There we go. Well, whatever it was, it disappeared. Luckily, it didn't decide to hang around and me needing to basically run this overnight. Thankfully. And research completed on the genome sequencing stuff. Let's get infantry basic genetic enhancement. And we will get the mining production stuff in May. Oh, there we go again. And then they piss off. Wonderful. It's possible some NPRs are also fighting, but I don't think that's likely. The two NPRs that we've seen don't have a way of getting to each other, as far as I can tell. At least as far as we found. I guess if you want to be more accurate. Without going through my system. So I would have detected them. There's zero way that I would not detect an NPR coming from GL Virginis down here through the Alpha Centauri jump point. Because that's the Alpha Centauri jump point. It is physically impossible for us to have not detected them. Like, literally any thermal signature we would have detected, even as small as a 10. So, there's just no possible way. How are we doing on the corundium? Well, we don't actually make any more corundium. The only corundium we get is from off-world. Which is kind of a problem. We do have 15,000 of it currently sitting on the Lande, so what I am going to do is... First cargo group. I got the mission for you. Need you to go to Lande and load up all the minerals there. And then come back to Earth. Unload all of them and then refuel and resupply. You should be able to load all of that up on a single trip, so I'm not going to tell you to cycle. Just do it once. And no matter what, that is going to be 15,000 corundium that I can use to get some more automated mines up to drop onto Venus. I think we're still waiting for the... Yes, we're waiting for one more refit and then the brand new Acri. Okay, I didn't realize the game actually is smart enough to be able to reuse the names. That is absolutely wonderful to see. So there we go. We now have 17,000 corundium. I do not have a use. Let's go ahead and get the automated mines going. And I actually forgot to tell the colony fleet to go ahead and load up colonists on Earth, fly to Siceti, unload them here, fly back, refuel, resupply, and I want you to do this 20 times. Well, no, we'll say 19. So that you do it a total of 20 times. So have fun with that. And this goes here. So we have DD07, which is again the Acri. It's not the same Acri as before. It is a brand new Acri, a better Acri. And it really is better in like every possible way. And our colony fleet should be quite a bit faster. Yeah, they are quite a bit faster now. There is the basic genetic enhancement for the infantry. Let's go ahead and get the next level. Just go ahead and get all of that. We're not going to bother with the genome sequence stuff for civilians. I only care about the military enhancements. Looks like it's what? Like 2-3 ticks, something like that, depending upon exactly how much speed they have as they come out. Okay, we've hit the gal site again. But we're almost done. You know, we're about halfway done on the missiles. So that is a improvement. There we go, 7.56 million now here. Okay, the AI apparently did a really good job because evidently SciSeti B1 is now actually over capacity. Well, not over capacity, but it is. It doesn't actually have a shortage anymore. Now it has a job shortage, but not a worker shortage. So that is an improvement. Let's go ahead and tell you to load up 200 mines. Whoops, edit demand. I want 200 mines brought to SciSeti B1. Two mines there. We're going to modify this to just be 202. How many automated mines do I have right now? I have 57. Let's see if we can... I don't think we're going to quite finish all of the automated mines, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, ordnance production. Oh, we're already working on that. Okay. I thought we might have finished it, but we haven't. So in that case... we got 15 labs that I need to find something to do with. Ship tonnage maintained. Our capacity, though, is 750,000, so we still have ludicrous amounts available. So that's not a worry. I guess let's go ahead and get to work on getting the next level of armor tech, because got nothing better to do. And Earth is, at this point, effectively barren. I'm going to go ahead and just let the colony ships continue to ship people over to SciSeti, because we're going to need them anyway, so screw it. You know, even if they don't get used immediately, I'll find a use for them after some time. Okay, corundium shortage on Earth. We have... Okay, yeah, that was enough for like 20 more mines. So how many automated mines do I have now? 79. Wonderful. First cargo group. Load up automated mines. Unload at Venus. Head back. Refuel, resupply. Cycle until you're done. And you have completed your orders. Wonderful. Refuel, resupply. And we now have 554 mines on Venus, which gets us a bit extra production of galsite. I need to get to work on building a dedicated freighter fleet for Lalande, because that is easy availability corundium. You know, it's not the best of the best, but it's pretty damn close at 0.9. Technically, 1 is the greatest. And there's the next level of infantry enhancement. And I believe advanced is the last level, I think. There might be one more, but I think advanced is the last level. And that'll help us, you know, if we pull up into here, go to unit designs, I can say, hey, infantry, I want an improved infantry. If we go ahead and compare that, the big thing is that it gives them extra health. Well, it gives them extra hit points. That's what I mean when I say health. So technically speaking, I could design a new infantry that would look like this. It would have penetration that is more than necessary with the improved personnel with the improved personal weapons to be able to easily penetrate the armor of a raider elite infantry. And technically it still has 2 points to spare. And of course, from what we know of their weapons, at least, they have a penetration of 15. So I can use normal powered infantry armor with our current level of racial armor strength. And they're not going to immediately pen us. And for anyone curious who doesn't know, you can select multiple things under capability here, but you need to control shift. And also, the genetic enhancements don't stack, so you can't like choose all 3. But here you go. If I really wanted to make a very, very expensive jack of all trades infantry, this is what that would look like with our current tech. Every single one of the capabilities checked that we currently have, it would cost us 14.83. Compare that to our existing infantry, which is dirt cheap by comparison at 0.18. I assume this is because the cost increases every time you add, yes. Every single time you add a new capability, it increases. So they become very, very expensive very, very quickly. Also, I do not want you guys targeting random ships. I want you targeting the largest ship. The reason for that is that the largest ship is pretty much guaranteed to be the troop transports. Also, I thought we were building more of these. I don't know why, but I feel like they probably should have already finished. So let's check on that. No, they're not done yet. They will finish in February. Okay. I don't know why I thought they would have already been done by now. I really don't know why. But for some reason, I thought they should have been finished by now. Also, technically speaking, we should have had an election. I kind of, sort of, went past. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Well, let me bring it back over to the other screen real quick while I update our population. There we go. And let's go ahead and run this. Go ahead and do a save real quick, and then F9 until we get a valid. And then paste into here as unformatted. Switch back, and Linus Owen wins re-election. Which isn't, surprising necessarily. I think every single president we've had has succeeded in winning re-election, which is not too surprising. Tends to be how things go. So let me go ahead and update this. So this would be until 2132? Something like that, yeah. Something to that effect is when we'll be needing to pull up a whole new batch of candidates. But let's go ahead and continue on now. Let's see if we can get to February when the last of our STOs finish. And I mean, there are different philosophies when it comes to defending your planets in this game. Fleet in Siceti, and of course I haven't actually moved the quick reaction forces to where they need to be. But let's go ahead and do that. You know what? No. That's not important. Get your asses over here. We got a contact and need you to engage. It is a Tekka, so you will want to engage from 177,000. And also, just go full active. Siceti A2 has STOs that need to turn on their actives because they're about to get hit. Question is, how will they fare? That is the question. Oh shit. Yeah, somebody already shot it, I think. I don't know who. Because it sure as hell wasn't me. Oh no, it hit a civilian. Okay, it hit a civilian. I thought I had civilians checked on. Oh no, I have them unchecked still. Never mind. Okay, that explains some things. That explains so many things. Especially its path it was taking, because it wasn't quite heading directly for the planet. It was actually slightly off. Yeah, I mean, our guys are faster, but they're not that fast. If they're needing to travel, particularly from Earth to Seti, when Earth is on the far side of the sun from the Seti jump point, it's going to take them a little while. What was that? That was an update regarding its thermal signature, I guess. Okay, it is about to enter weapons range. Let's see how we fare. And you know what? I could leave this on a cliffhanger, but I'm not going to do that because I also want to see how these things fare. Boom. 34 hits, 33 hits to the armor, 1 penetration. It says, fuck this shit, I'm out. I can't say I faulted for making that decision. I can't say I faulted for that. But yes, we fired 80 shots. Damage per hit 1. Really? Am I misremembering the weapons I have you equipped with? No, it's a 25 centimeter. Oh. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So well, that doesn't make much sense. Why is it damage 5/1? It is still 4 shots, but why is it 5/1? The fuck does that even mean? No, seriously, the fuck does that even mean? Okay, well, whatever. It is, yeah, our things do 1 damage per hit, apparently as STOs. Whatever, I guess. Is he gonna come back, though? Oh, he's coming back for another round. He says, okay, well, maybe they forgot about me. Nope, boom. 11 penetrating hits this time. Oh, he's sticking around, and he's dead. Okay, you can turn your actives off. You guys head over here. I need you to pick up those life pods, and then, we'll end this part after that. Admittedly, you guys are not gonna get there anytime soon. Well, actually, I guess that's not technically true. You guys are pretty quick. You should be able to get there in time. There you go. Yep, see, okay, you guys can do it. I knew you could do it. I had all the faith in you. There was no doubt in my mind that you'd make it in time. Oh, also, who was it that made that shot, out of curiosity? Not quite sure as to which one of these should probably get credited the kill. Because it seems like nobody got a medal for it, which is interesting because I feel like they should have. They did destroy a ship, and that is one of our requirements for getting something. So let's double check some stuff here. So, Sienna. Nope. You didn't get it. Aha. Enos got it. Enos, have you been in charge of other stuff? You have. I don't know if this is a promotion or a demotion, but apparently June 23rd, 2120, you were assigned as the commanding officer for Armored Battalion, or, the 7th Tank Battalion. You got a number of medals for destroying hostile ground troops in April 2125, late April 2125, and then you got reassigned June 30th, almost 6 years later exactly, to being on the 8th STO team. Promoted to lieutenant commander the same day to be able to, I guess, take that command. October 24th, don't know the year exactly, but it's probably the same year, or probably the year before you got assigned as the commander of the 18th Orbital Defense Team. Just to guess, because I held off on deleting any of our STOs until after the replacements had arrived. With, the exception of Earth, because Earth has the fleet. But so you got relieved from command of STO, or of the 8th STO. July 3rd, you were promoted to colonel and assigned as the commanding officer of the 18th Orbital Defense Team. December 20th, you got your 10 years. And now here, November 1st, 2129, you destroyed a Tekka. But you didn't get a medal for it. Well, that's a disappointment. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you the medal myself. Here you go. Let me double check the medal is. For destroying a ground or an enemy ship, it is an Order of the President for Naval Service. Which, just double checking, yeah, you don't have. There you go. The Defense of Siceti A2, you have been given a medal. You have a pretty decent promotion score. You probably should be in charge of something that's a little bit more important, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know what you did, but you must have pissed somebody off or something to effectively be demoted. Because you're no longer on the offense. You get to sit back and relax, and it just also double check. It's not a case of you have bad health. No, you got good health. We can't try to use health as the justification for why you get to kick back and relax. But okay, there we go. So we know those work. They work quite nicely. Let's also turn off civilians again, because goddamn is it, you can't see shit. When you're in any of our actual, populated systems. You just can't see anything because it's just this giant blue blob of text between the jump gates and your planets. So yeah, no, we're going to keep civilians off for the most part now, since they've built up quite a bit. But we'll periodically turn it on just to mostly see where the hell the aliens are going when they inevitably come into our systems again and again. And I say multiple times just as a heads up. Sometimes I do it off screen, but not always. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this part. I will see you all next time. That I want to say should. Well, I was gonna say, that should mean that we don't have to worry about the aliens anymore, but that's not true. The Raiders aren't set up to give a crap about it because they literally spawn out of nowhere. That Charug we had earlier, it literally poofed into existence somewhere down here, basically, and started flying up here. The Raiders do not play by normal rules where they have to come in through jump points. So you can't fortify a jump point if you're somebody who likes to play like that to deal with the Raiders, because they don't care for them. The game says they're going to attack this system, and then they just poof into existence and start flying towards wherever it is that they're going to attack. Sometimes it might look like they have to obey a jump point. This one, you could almost conceivably think that he came from the soul jump point. But there's no way in hell that's the case. Because somebody would have detected him or been attacked by him much earlier. And the fact that that didn't happen means that's not the case. But yes, so I will see you all next time. Quick reminder, if you want to stay up to date with the channel, any changes to my schedule that might interfere with my ability to record, to upload videos, etc., I would highly recommend you join the Discord server. That is my go-to place for posting about that type of stuff. Sometimes I'll post elsewhere. 9 times out of 10, though, I don't. So if you want to know what's going on with the channel, like I said, any changes to my schedule that might interfere with my ability to record or upload, join the Discord, because that is where I'm going to post about it. Or at least, the chances of me posting it are significantly, of a post being made is significantly higher on the Discord than anywhere else. Anywhere else, probably not going to post, generally speaking. I can't be bothered to deal with managing social media for the most part. So Discord is my place. If you want to know what's going on, join that. You don't have to be active. It's entirely up to you if you want to actually, talk and whatnot in there. It's mostly just for me to be able to make announcements, really. But yeah, so I'll see you all next time. Like I said, this was a nice proof of concept of our new refits. We know they work. And unless something drastically changes, I don't think we're probably swapping out the weapons again anytime soon. I mean, we literally went through, I think it was just the original and a single refit, using the original weapons that we had. This is the first time we actually swapped out the weapons, and this is with the second refit. And I'm fairly confident that we probably won't need to change that again anytime soon, at least when it comes to dealing with the Raiders. I have no idea if this is going to be a useful setup for dealing with the actual NPRs. I have basically no clue what they have in terms of weapons. But at least for the Raiders, the current designs will work, no problem. So, until next time, goodbye and farewell.